you need to do it now. Put your hands on her chest. Count with me. Sa kabilang linya, boses ng isang batang lalaki. Hindi pa nga lalaki, honestly. 13 years old lang. And he sounds off. Hindi siya yung normal na panic mode na ready go in lahat. Parang mabaga, parang hesitant, parang may pinipigilan. 5, 6, 7. At sa totoo lang, kung pinapakinggan mo lang yung audio, you'd think, okay, he's trying. Pero ito yung twist. Hindi niya ginagawa. Nagpapanggap lang siya ng CPR. At yung taong nagmamakaawa sa kanya, yung 911 operator, hindi niya alam na too late na. Not because of an accident, not because of an illness. Too late because the person on the phone already knows what happened. This is the story of Paris Bennett and his little sister Ella. A case na hanggang ngayon, kapag narinig mo, mapapateka, paano nangyari to ka? The night everything broke. Let's set the scene. Abilene, Texas. Small town vibe. Tahimik. Yung type na kapag may nangyari, buong neighborhood alam agad. At sa loob ng isang normal-looking home, may isang single mom na nagwo-work ng dalawang trabaho para lang mag-survive. Si Charity Bennett. Super Bowl Sunday noon, February 4th, 2007. If you've ever worked in a sports bar during Super Bowl, you know, chaos yan. Packed. Loud. Walang pahinga. And Charity was scheduled for a double shift kasi kailangan ng staff, maraming customers, maraming tips, hopefully. Bills don't wait. So she did what any working parent would do. She hired a babysitter. Naiwan sa bahay ang dalawang anak niya, Paris, 13 years old, and Ella, 4 years old. At kung tatanungin mo si Charity noon, she felt okay about it. Kasi Paris was the good kid, responsible, smart, quiet, hindi pasaway. At mahal na mahal niya si Ella. On the surface, safe. Pero bandang 10:30 that night, something small happened. Something na parang walang big deal kung ikukwento mo casually. Pero ito pala yung domino na tumumba sa lahat. Paris pulled the babysitter aside and convinced her to leave early. Sabi niya, uuwi na raw si mama sooner than planned. And at 13, kaya na rin niya bantayan si Ella. Both of those things were not true. Hindi uuwi ng maaga si Charity at hindi niya binantayan si Ella the way you think. A few minutes after the babysitter left, Paris and Ella were alone in the house. And then silence until 11:42 p.m. That's when the call comes in. 911 receives a call from Paris. He sounds frantic, may halong iyak, parang helpless. The operator goes into autopilot, trained emergency mode. She asks him to check breathing, to move Ella, to start CPR. At first, Paris resists. Sinasabi niya it's too late. Parang ayaw niya. Parang gusto niyang matapos na agad ang call without doing anything. The operator pleads. She practimers begs him. Finally, Paris agrees, and he starts counting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But here's the part na nagiging chilling. He's lying. Because when police and medical personnel rush to the scene, they find Ella lying face down, and that matters. Kasi kung may CPR na ginawa, you would expect signs of movement, positioning, effort, but there was nothing. The entire time Paris was on the phone, he was only pretending. He narrowed actually tried to save his sister's life. Habang nangyayari to, Charity is still at work. Sports bar, full house. She's working hard, thinking she just needs to get through a few more hours, then uuwi na siya, hug her kids, go to bed. Then 7 cops walk into the bar. They start asking about her. Imagine that moment. Yung biglang humihinto yung mundo mo kasi narinig mo pangalan mo tapos pulis ang nagtatanong. Around midnight, the cops are at the front door. They go to the manager's office. They call Charity's name. They tell her, your daughter has been hurt. And Charity, still not understanding the full picture, goes, you need to take me to Ella now. Police escort her home. During the drive, her mind is racing. She tries to stay calm, pero ang hirap. The cops are quiet. Their facing are serious. No working is saying, she'll be okay. No one is giving details. And yung silence na mas maingay pa sa siren, that's what Charity felt. Pagdating nila, she sees it. Caution tape. Dozens of people outside. Police after. Neighbors. News trucks. The entire street good up. At that moment, Charity knows something terrible scheduled down. She begs the cops to tell her, and 30 other world flips. Ella is dead. Charity watches her daughter's body being carried out of the family home. Body bag, zipped up to the chin.
blood coming out of the mouth. She screams she's sorry she wasn't there. Then Kids collapses.
And after that, after the moment na parang hindi mo na kaya, she finds the strength to ask, "Where's my son? What happened to Paris?" They tell her Paris is at the police station, alive, safe, and for a split second, relief. But then something feels off. There's a coldness in the air. At deep down, Charity feels something even scarier. This feels familiar, like history is repeating itself. Charity's first trauma. To understand why Charity felt that, we have to go back. Cobb County, Georgia, 1980. Charity was 6 years old. Her parents, James and Kyla, ran a booming trucking empire, national shipping and cargo, big business, big money. The kind of life now from the outside looks perfect. Pero behind the scenes, their marriage was deteriorating. Years of chaos, volatile relationship. They divorced. Charity, their only child, stuck in the middle. Then something unexpected happened. Charity's parents reconnected on March 9th, 1980. They flew to Las Vegas and remarried in a whirlwind ceremony. For a second, Charity thought, maybe we can be a family again, maybe stability. Less than 3 days later, March 11th, 1980, her father, James, was found dead in their family home. Authorities noted 3 gunshot wounds, head, heart, and back, targeted. Suspicions immediately fell on the newlywed, Charity's own mother, Kyla. Why? Because after the sudden remarriage, Kyla's name was put back in James's will, meaning if anything happened to him, Kyla would inherit control of the company along with the fortune. Investigators also considered organized crime, a professional hit. Whispers grew louder. Rumors swirled that Kyla allegedly paid $50,000 to have him executed. Detectives questioned her. Kyla admitted she asked about a murder contract, but claimed it was just curiosity. Without other leads, she became the main suspect. Prosecution spent the next 4 months building a case, then trial. 11 days of testimony, allegations, evidence, or lack of it. Verdict, not guilty. Kyla walked out free. The weapon was never recovered. The killer was never officially found. Kyla returned to her life of luxury, now in complete control of the business. And Charity? Charity grew up haunted. Everyone believed her mother killed her father. Kids at school taunted her. "Oh, I hear your mommy killed your daddy." Constant, non-stop. At home, Charity felt neglected. Kyla fell into a reckless lifestyle, drinking, drugs, while running the business. No time for little Charity. Kyla kept insisting she was framed, but kahit anong totoo, the relationship between mother and daughter remained strained. Charity focused on education, graduated high school with honors, but the love she craved from her mom, still missing. Under that calm exterior, she was carrying a secret pain. At some point, it all caught up to her. For the next 4 years, Charity struggled with drug addiction. Then at age 18, she fought back. She got clean. She rebuilt her life, earned a university degree in family development psychology. And when she found out she was pregnant with a baby boy, she told herself, "I will do better. I will break the pattern." Paris was born. Later, Ella. But even with motherhood, Charity never fully healed from her childhood trauma. The pain echoed through the years. And now, on February 4th, 2007, she's watching her daughter's body being taken away. History isn't just repeating, it's screaming. The boy at the end of the room. Hours after Ella is taken for examination, Charity sits in the back of a cop car. She's numb. She's shaking. She's trying to prepare herself for whatever comes next. They arrive at the police station. They lead her into an interrogation room. And there, for the first time since Ella's death, she sees Paris standing at the far end of the room. Charity runs to him. She hugs him, crying. Ugly cry. The kind na wala kang pakialam kung sino nakakita. Because he's the only one left. She cries forever. Then she realizes he's not hugging her back. He's just standing there, cold, detached. At that moment, Charity's brain starts screaming. Something is not right. Paris's coldness toward his mother and toward his sister's death is deeply unnerving. And what makes it worse? Detectives at that time still don't fully understand how disturbing Paris and the crime really are.
The mask slips. As investigators take over, pieces fall into place. The babysitter leaving early wasn't random. It was orchestrated. Paris told her lies, that Charity was coming home early, that he was responsible enough. A few minutes later, they were alone. Then, the 911 call. Paris sounded helpless, crying. The operator urged CPR. He resisted, insisted it was too late. The operator pleaded because she thought time was running out, but she didn't know time had already run out before the call even started. When responders arrived and found Ella face down, no signs of CPR, the truth hit. Paris had been pretending. Then someone confronts Paris, someone close enough to say it out loud. "I don't believe you anymore. I think you killed your sister on purpose." And suddenly Paris becomes a completely different person, like he doesn't have to act anymore. He looks at them and says, "Y'all are so fucking stupid." Then he laughs. That laugh is like a door slamming shut, because now everyone realizes this isn't a misunderstanding. This isn't an accident. This is something darker. Was there signs? Looking back, Charity tries to make sense of it. Paris, growing up, seemed quiet, well-mannered, caring, protective of Ella. Yes, siblings wrestle, they fight. Sometimes you pull them apart. 95% of the time they got along well, so Charity never believed, never even imagined that Paris could harm his little sister. That's the mind-bending part of this case. Because to the outside world, Paris was the gifted kid, the calm kid, and Ella, the lively kid, spunky, social, the kind of child who lights up the room. They were opposites, but they fit until they didn't. A town turns on a mother. February 10th, 2007. Ella's funeral is held at a local church. Family, friends, community, everyone gathers to say goodbye to a little girl gone too soon. People remember Ella as someone who wanted to be a singer, a pistol, as some would say. She spoke her mind. She brought life into everybody. Abilene is in shock. A 4-year-old murdered in her own home doesn't make sense. Charity doesn't know what to do. Not only did she lose her daughter, but her son is now incarcerated for the murder. And Habang nagluluksasya, all eyes are on her. To the community, it's Charity's fault. Anong books binabasa ni Perez? Anong video games nilalaro? Sinong nagbigay ng libro? Sinong pumayag maglaro? Charity got the brunt of it. People were cruel. She'd be in a shop and hear, "Oh, you're the mother that... Oh, your son." Imagine grieving habang ginagawang public spectacle on buhay mo. Her first love, Paris, took the life of her second love, Ella, and Charity feels like she lost both children, even if Paris is still alive, because the Paris she knew is gone. But reality is brutal. Paris is alive, and she is still his mother, despite the betrayal. The question, what is wrong with him? Charity needed answers. Not just guilty, not just why, but what is he? So she had the Psychopath checklist, youth version, administered to Paris, then reevaluated. And the assessor told her, "You deserve to know that your son is a sociopath." That sentence doesn't give comfort. It gives context, and sometimes context hurts more. Preparing for trial was its own kind of torture. Charity had to live 2 realities at once. When she talked to the district attorney, she had to be Ella's mother. When she talked to the defense attorney, she had to be Paris's mother. And if she tried to hold both Paris and Ella in her brain at the same time, consider them together, she said she got close to insanity. The trial begins nearly a month after the event. At one point, Charity literally sits in the middle of the courtroom because she can't choose sides. They're both my children. Deep inside, she knows there's nothing she can do to bring Ella back, but she also realizes she has to make the hardest choice a mother can make. And in that moment, she chooses not to abandon Paris. But she doesn't see him as the innocent boy she raised anymore. She sees him as the murderer he became. So she decides to love him in a new way, not saving him from justice, but making sure he faces it and gets psychiatric help. She said it clearly. After Paris killed his sister, she wasn't trying to get him off. She wanted him help. The sentence and the promise. August 15th, 2007. After months of trial, Paris pleads guilty to capital murder in juvenile court. He's given the maximum sentence for a juvenile, 40 years, meaning Paris will spend most of his adult life in prison. And Charity makes a promise. She tells him she will always love him no matter what, and she promises she will always do the best job she can to be his mother, even if it breaks her. For as long as Charity can remember, her life was marked by tragedy. Her father's murder, her mother's trial, her own addiction. Then the unimaginable, her son killing her daughter. But now, Charity chooses a different path. She chooses to heal by facing the truth. She says she's tired of history repeating itself. She has been able to forgive Paris for the worst thing imaginable, but she will never be comfortable with it. For her own peace, for integrity, it's time to stop the pattern.